So this new series set in the 80s is about recent college graduates pursuing their dreams in Manhattan. And it's not easy when your family does not understand.
Dad, can you tell Jeannie to get off the phone, please?
You sound like you're back in junior high. Why don't you just come out here, take a seat, have a cup of coffee with your old man, and wait till she gets off?
I need it for 5 minutes, and then she could have it back.
What is so important that she needs to get off the phone for you?
What do you think? He wants to call Jill.
No, I do not. I need to call Mikey.
Is this true about Jill? Because I was under the understanding that that was over again.
And here with us this morning from Bridge and Tunnel is Sam Vartholomeos. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning. Good
Should we say Jimmy, because that's who your fans know you as? And is Jimmy trying to get her off the phone to talk to Jill for real? Are you lying to Ed Burns?
No. I would never lie to Ed Burns. Never lie. No. No, he's trying to call Mikey. He was telling the truth.
All right, so he's telling the truth, which, because we just met you before the break, and we can sense that you're an honest guy. So how else can you relate to Jimmy? How else does Sam relate to Jimmy?
Oh man, I mean, in a lot of ways. I mean, Jimmy's trying to pursue his passion of photography, and obviously my passion was, growing up was to become an actor, and we both grew up in blue collar households. Jimmy's dad, Arthur, played by Ed Burns, is a painter, and my dad was a mechanic. So I had a wrench in my hand before a script, and I'm pretty sure Jimmy had a paintbrush in his hand before a camera. So the one thing I will say is I love my sister very much. I know in that scene, you could see the strife between Jimmy and Jeannie, but my sister was always number one in my book.
Aw. See, this is why we love you. We were talking about how you have a great smile. We love everything about you already because we can sense it through the camera. And we're talking about what we wanted to be when we grew up earlier on the show. And here you are, you want to be an actor, and here you are living the dream and being on a project written, directed, produced by Ed Burns, who is your TV father, but in real life, he could be like your sensei. So are you taking notes? Is he guiding you towards being this gigantic movie TV star?
I will say he's definitely been a mentor in this process. It's actually pretty fun. I didn't know it was Ed Burns when I first auditioned for this. The email I got said Edward F. Burns. Oh my God. And in my head, I'm like, who the hell is Edward F. Burns? And because I knew him as Ed Burns, I think we all know him as Ed Burns. So the audition was a Zoom audition, and casting director was giving me a couple of notes, and she was like, yeah, just kind of keep it in that New York pace. You know how Eddie writes. And I'm like, Eddie, who? I'm like, oh, this is Ed Burns. I'm like, let's go, Sam, come on. And I had no idea he was playing my dad. So I get there the first day, and we're all testing, and I take him to the side. I'm like, hey, Ed, do you know who's playing my mom, my dad? He's like, well, we're still trying to figure out your mom, but I'm playing your dad. And my heart friggin' exploded. I couldn't handle it. I was like, this is ridiculous. And of course he's playing my dad. Ed loves to be in his project, as he should be. I mean, he was just like a plethora of knowledge. He just threw stories at me about growing up in Long Island. A lot of the places we shot in, like Bay Park, he would go with his dad and his brothers, and they would play catch. And I'm not saying it's about his upbringing, but it's definitely a visual representation of that.
Because so you guys have a lot in common. Hollywood, being New Yorkers, because you're from Queens. And by the way, you are a storyteller, because when you're talking, your face is, you're like, Ed Burns, you're just even if someone can't hear you, they kind of know what you're trying to put out there. All right, so you grew up in Astoria, so tell us a little bit, because you already know where Ed Burns hung out with his dad and what he did, and we know you and your sister get along. So what else was your family life like? Are they still in the area?
My parents are still there. My siblings are much older than me, so they are married and kids, and house in Long Island and everything. Funny enough, the callback for this was a live Zoom with Ed, and he goes, "So you're a New York guy? Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from Astoria." He's like, "No, my dad grew up in Astoria," and I said, "Get out of here." He's like, "Yeah, he went to St. Joe's Academy." I was like, "St. Joe's? I'm looking at the bell tower right now. I'm on 42nd." And he's like, my dad was on 43rd. I was like, this is a little nuts. I mean, what else, man? I mean,
you know what's not so nuts?
Yeah.
The idea of me trying to play a game with you right now. Are you down?
You sure? Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Since it's about the bridge and tunnel crowd, it's called Bridge and Tunnel. So we want to test your knowledge about some bridges.
Sure.
So we're gonna
Okay.
so it's gonna be like name that bridge or tunnel, and I'll give you 3 clues, and you guess the New York landmark. All right? Are you ready?
All right. I'm ready. Let's go.
I have a bell. Let me test my bell. All right. There are many songs about this one. People walk or ride over it from Lower Manhattan to Brooklyn. This bridge is one of New York City's most popular tourist attractions. What am I talking about?
I want to say the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yes, Sam. Yes.
All right.
All right. So number 2.
I keep my New York card.
All right. All right. So number 2, it connects Midtown Manhattan and Queens. On the Manhattan side is the neighborhood Murray Hill, and this tunnel opened in 1940.
Oh, there's a tunnel. The Lincoln. Queens Midtown Tunnel.
Yes, Queens.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. So number 3. So the New York City Marathon begins here. It connects Brooklyn and Staten Island, and when it opened in 1964, it was the world's longest expansion bridge.
I want to say the Verrazano.
Yeah! You go, Sam. You go. And look what I'm doing. Like I'm doing I'm trying to give you like a clue, and I was doing the V sign, but then it also connects to something else that you've worked on. How crazy! I was trying to give you a hint, but you're so smart, so you don't even need me to help you. But thanks for letting me ring. I like making noise a lot, so if you notice, I was just ringing the bell like.
I love it.
All over the place. All over the place. So how have you? Ooh, Sam! I almost forgot.
Yeah.
Something's coming up. February 8th.
Oh no, we don't got to talk about that.
So what are we doing? What are we doing? Because I'm gonna stalk you. Why don't you want to talk about it? Are you worried? What? You're still a young man. You look really cute. You're forever young. Why can't you talk about it? I didn't even say Valentine's Day, and you're like, oh.
We don't know. That's
okay. So we won't tell them. Let's not talk about it. We'll talk about it when you're ready.
Yeah, sure.
Whenever you're ready, let me know, and we'll talk about it.
I got you.
Are you
I don't
good?
think the question is what am I gonna do? It's what can we do? You know.
Sam, you're an optimistic guy. You make it work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're a storyteller. Come up with something.
That's right.
And we'll show up. You were doing Zoom auditions with Ed Burns.
That's
you can
true.
do Zoom anything.
True. You know what I'll do? I'll put us all in those big, clear beach ball bubbles, you know, that people are having concerts in now. We'll all gather around a park or something and we'll get drunk. That's it.
You know what? Since I don't drink, I'll chaperone you guys. I'll be the designated driver.
That's no problem.
That's my gift to you.
All right. We'll
Such a pleasure meeting you, Sam.
You'll start out with a seltzer and we'll see where the night goes.
We shall see. Such a pleasure meeting you. You are truly the best. We're so happy for you. You can see more of my new friend Sam in Bridge and Tunnel Sunday nights on Epix.
Thanks so much, guys.
Anytime.
How fun
You're welcome back anytime.
And he has the most amazing teeth.
That's what I was saying.
I mean,
Hair
they're
and teeth.
perfect.
I know.
Absolutely perfect.
And the way he talks about things like his shoulder and his face is like, I was like, all right.